stock which has really moved in trade today. It's Bajaj Finance. Why are we talking about it? Because, of course, of the move today, but also it's done nothing in the last 39 months. So if you've been a shareholder for the last 39 months, you virtually had a flat return in Bajaj Finance. Is this going to be an emergence of returns for a Bajaj Finance shareholder? Today, the 6% move, but last 1 month, including the 6% move today, it's 11% move. Despite that 11% move, the last 6 months, we've seen just about a 3% move, and the last 12 months, it's in fact been down 1%. So, severe underperformer in that sense within the large cap basket and within the financials basket. Citi today opens a 90-day positive catalyst watch on this one, 8150 being the target price. Upside from here on also 11%. So why are we trying to pull a bull versus bear on this one? Would the stock continue to languish, or would you see a recovery here? That's what we're trying to assess. Asset quality cycle is going to remain shallow is the bull case here. 2.05% is the credit cost guidance. They've upped their credit cost guidance from 1.75 to 1.85%. That was the band in which they had guided for FY25 credit cost. They've upped it by 20 basis points. Could this go up in Q3 commentary? That's going to hold the key. If it were not to go up, then it's going to be a largely flattish kind of credit cost versus Q2. And therefore, likely the worst is behind it. That will play out in the bull case's favor. If this changes in terms of guidance, the credit cost 2.05 becomes adverse by maybe 10 to 20 basis points, that could well see the bear case actually play out. But outside of that, margins, the cost of funds has been a concern, but has peaked. That's what the management suggested at the end of Q2. Need to watch out as to what happens in Q3. Is that the trajectory it follows? Has it peaked? Will it come off a little bit? And would maybe 3 to 5 basis points be added to margins? If that were so, then it will well play out in bull cases scenario. The bear case, though, suggests that margins will continue to be under pressure. Mind you, growth, where is Bajaj Finance growing from, will also impact margins in a big fashion. Because you've seen rural B2C under some amount of stress, some taper with regard to growth there. Where are the pockets of growth? That's going to hold the key when it comes to margins. So keep your eye out on that. Growth, not a concern according to Citi for the moment. They're expecting 27% YOY in Q3, 6% sequential, which is very, very healthy, largely in line with what Bajaj Finance has guided for. But Q2 saw growth taper. In fact, it was the worst growth maybe in 10 quarters of Bajaj Finance. And therefore, you'll want to watch out for this one. Asset quality and high base may well hit growth, and if it does so, the bear case may start to play out. Last off, with regard to leadership change, this is a big one. This is a critical one. That's what Citi talks about in their note. Leadership transition to be smooth. If that were the case, if Rajiv Jain smoothly transitions out and takes over and continues to monitor Bajaj Finance, it may well work in favor of the company as well as the outlook or the way in which shareholders view the company as well. Any adverse decision or outcome could impact the stock price in a bearish fashion. So that's largely how it is. But let me take it across to Lancelot. Lancelot, let me put this question across to you. Bajaj Finance, are you positive?
Yes, I am positive because, while you have outlined, the bull case and the bear case, one aspect of Bajaj Finance, which has been, being played out over the last couple of years, is that they have been transforming themselves into a platform-based company, whereby a lot of transactions are coming through the digital mode. And going forward, it's going to be the scenario where artificial intelligence, digitization, providing finance through the phone, recoveries through the phone, everything is going to play in their favor because the number of additions that they have in the customer base every year, and they've crossed probably about 10 to 12 million customers in this year. You are seeing that the greater you have the wider database in terms of people being on your digital platform, the more ability the Bajaj Finance will have in order to sell other products and earn higher returns. So I am still on the bullish phase, although every time it corrects, probably it's a good time to accumulate this from a long-term perspective.